Happy Saturday and happy day 39 of the longest government shutdown in American history. And Cannon needs her fantasy internet boyfriend to get through today because whoa boy is today a day. Because on day 39 of the government shutdown, we have Senator Thune, who has come out and rejected Chuck Schumer's offer to extend ACA subsidies for a year to reopen the government. So that's fun. And I also woke up to an alert from my phone that the Supreme Court has allowed Donald Trump to withhold $4 billion in SNAP funding. So, courts said, you have to fund SNAP. He said, I'm only going to fund half of it. The court said, no, for real, you have to fund all of it. So he went to his hand-picked friends on the Supreme Court, and they said, yeah, sure, go ahead and starve people for Thanksgiving. That's totally fine. When I tell you that the abject cruelty of the Trump administration will go down in history as a dark stain on America, absolutely insane. I've been teaching political culture this week to the kids to kind of show them how ideological and emotional trends are related to historical events impact people's political behaviors and political outcomes. And we were showing sort of parallels to the Industrial Revolution to today and the technological revolution, how the old titans of industry are sort of like the tech titans of today, and how a lot of the same populist anger that we saw coming from the William Jennings Bryan movement is the same as the populist anger we got both from the Tea Party and the Bernie Sanders crowd. But Bernie Sanders was more Teddy Roosevelt progressive to William Jennings Bryan populist MAGA. Even showed them the connection to where William Jennings Bryan was pushing for silver and bimetallism, the cryptocurrency craze of today is very, very the same thing. That said, I will remind you what happens during the Gilded Age when people started to starve. Okay, there's a reason we created these programs. When FDR became president and he instituted the New Deal, there's a very explicit reason that they created programs to help people when they're poor and food assistance programs to keep people fed. It's because hungry people tends to do crazy things. And if you need further evidence of that, let's remind ourselves why France started cutting off people's heads. It was a famine. It was a bread riot. It was the famous let them eat cake, which we know she didn't really say, but the sentiment was 100% there when you're building gilded palaces while children are going hungry. And on that, I will remind you, how gilded is the Oval Office right now? How big is the ballroom going to be? How hard did Donald Trump fight to make sure kids wouldn't get food for Thanksgiving? And while you ponder those thoughts, I'm going to go and enjoy my cup of coffee with my fantasy internet boyfriend in tow and lament on how far the American empire has fallen before its collapse. Happy Saturday!